This week, Cox, we're talking about the legendary Michael Caine in Get Carter. You know, I think Michael Caine is one of the last great actors that is still around. And his body of work, a lot of it I still hadn't seen. This being one of them is the first time I've actually seen this film. And wow, what an amazing performance from Michael Caine in this. You really like him, and then you really fucking hate him. He's an asshole, man. He really is a fucking asshole. You do not want to be friends with this guy. So, of course, Michael Caine plays Jack Carter in this film, and he plays a thug to a British gangster in London, and he has to go out and find out how his brother died, because his brother dies in a mysterious drink driving accident, and he knows there's something else to it, and so he decides he's going to go out there. He gets warned not to go out there because they have good relations out there with other gangsters and that, and they don't want any trouble, and he says, and so he decides he's going to go out anyway. And he just wants to find out what happened to his brother. So, but for the first hour or so, it's really just gathering clues. There's something mysterious happening. You just don't know what. And then for the remaining hour after that first hour, as soon as the penny drops, there's like a fucking wow moment for me. Anyway, there was an amazing. It was an amazing experience. Something I haven't had in a long time with movies, and because this movie is so old, it's older than me. I think it was made in 1970. Just as the sexual revolution was happening in movies. So there was just a little bit more tit and ass in around that time. And so, yeah, it's just one of those things. It's just one of those movies that I cannot recommend this highly enough. If you had to put it into modern times, I guess you would say you can see where the influences happen with John Wick and all those sort of single thing, but whereas John Wick is a kind of like a likable guy, just Michael Caine playing Jack Carter is an absolute, he's like, you do not want to be friends with this guy. He is just full on hardcore. You could be going out with him for a drink one night and then ending up in the Bay the next day. So you just have to be you just have to be aware that this guy is not a nice guy. And in that last hour, it is a slow build-up. I'm not going to lie. It's a slow build-up, but I was entranced by that first hour anyway, because I was interested to know. I didn't know anything about this film, so I was really, really into what Maybe the fact was that there was nothing wrong with, his brother did have a drink driving accident, but when all the plot points early on, and then they start clicking into place later on in that last hour, and where he goes absolutely fucking ballistic, like just, I was blown away by this fantastic film. There's so many great actors, British actors in this film, and I just wish so much that they would continue down this route rather than employing actors that aren't good at their roles, which is happening a lot now. These guys are character actors, and they know their stuff. It's a dying breed now. We just have to admit that it's a dying breed now. They're just hiring them for 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 whatever they're wearing or or whatever they've socially posted. That's just the way it is now. So that's why I think Michael Caine is one of the greatest actors out there. He doesn't say anything nasty. He doesn't say anything bad, and it's one of those things where I know that when he goes, it's going to be I'm going to be sad, because I loved him in Jack the Ripper. I loved him in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. He's a really versatile actor, even though he has that really great accent that just is the same accent like Sean Connery had. He just doesn't do any other accents, and it's great. It just works, So, this film was a real surprise to me. For the film itself, it is in 4K now. This has been out for 3 years now, this particular version from the British Film Institute. The reason why I'm bringing it up now is because Warner Brothers Archive is about to release this film in America. If you already own this release, you don't need to buy the Warner Brothers Archive version. It is literally the same release. Warner Brothers lent this to the BFI, to the British Film Institute, to do their work, because it is, as far as now I'm concerned, an iconic British film. It's just staggeringly good. This will be releasing this month in the US. If you don't own this copy, then yes, please go and get that Warner Archive. You will really, really like it. You will enjoy it. This is a film that I will be revisiting later down in the track. There is, now, warning, there is not so much profanity, but there's a lot of pornography back in the early 70s, and that was a totally different beast to what it is now. And so, from what I've heard. And so that is prolific. Well, not prolific, but it is actually in this film. It is in scenes where there is a pornographic element, which was kind of risque in the day. In the 70s, they started doing, that they were making it more joking. So, you had the confessions, and you had the adventures, and you had the carry-ons. And this is just full-on seedy pornographic materials and stuff that does get put into this very early on in the film. So I'm not spoiling the film in any way, shape or form. I'm not. It's very dirty within the first 5 minutes. It's pretty like they're watching a slideshow and stuff. So I'm not telling you anything but a couple of other things that have been of note. So if you get the US release, they're actually, because they are releasing this version, apparently the prior release has a dubbed with American voices in it. Well, not American voices, but they tried to lessen the UK accent, because apparently you guys can't speak English. I didn't say that. Apparently you guys can't. Aluminium. Anyway, I have no problems with the Americans, but it is quite, now, as far as I'm concerned, that's kind of a bit rude. It's a bit rude to change someone's voice. But anyway, so Get Carter, really, really enjoyable. Michael Caine is not a nice guy. Let's just say he is not a nice guy. And like I said, you do not want to be friends with him in any fashion. You could be family, but you definitely don't want to be friends. Whew, that was a tough one. But I like tough movies. So, with that said, thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. As soon as I get to 1,000, we're going to start doing lives. But until then, it ain't going to happen. So please remember to like and subscribe. Once that all happens, we'll go full steam ahead. So who am I? Well, I ain't Michael Caine. I'm Matt Pott, and I'll see you next time.